Andrew McCabe's much-hyped 60 Minutes interview aired last night. During it, McCabe says that Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein offered to wear a wire, a secret recording device, in order to collect evidence on his boss, President Trump. Watch.
The Deputy Attorney General offered to wear a wire into the White House. He said, I never get searched when I go into the White House. I could easily wear a recording device. They wouldn't know it was there. Now, he was not joking. He was absolutely serious. And in fact, he brought it up in the next meeting we had.
Crazy people. Well, after that aired, the president tweeted that McCabe and Rosenstein engaged in, quote, illegal and treasonous behavior. But maybe the most amazing thing is that as of right now, 8:33 Eastern Time, Rod Rosenstein is still the Deputy Attorney General of the United States of America. How does that happen? Victor Davis Hanson is a senior fellow at the Hoover Institution, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Hanson, he is still the Deputy Attorney General. Now, I mean, at some point, you know, the president's his boss. I mean, that's what the Constitution says. I'm getting confused as to how this is continuing.
Yeah, I think he created a pseudo-immunity where the media and politicos said that if Rod Rosenstein was let go, then it was tampered into the Mueller investigation, which was false. But on that clip you played, Andrew McCabe is not a psychiatrist. He's not an internal physician. Either is Rod Rosenstein. They knew the constitutional limits of the 25th Amendment. It's an incapacitated president, like a Woodrow Wilson, maybe the last week of FDR. It's not a president you happen to disagree with. So what they're basically discussing is how to overthrow or abort a presidency that was duly elected. One of the most disturbing things, Tucker, of the Pelley interview was the high school journalism. We know he came onto the scene, remember, Tucker, with the word insurance policy under the struck page text.
Yes.
Why wasn't he asked what that insurance policy was, Or why wasn't he asked why he went to a FISA court and did not apprise the judge that that dossier that he said was a chief piece of evidence to get a warrant on a U.S. citizen was not verified? The author had been fired. And most importantly, it was a product of Hillary Clinton's campaign. He didn't say any of that, nor was he asked in that interview. So not only is he engaging in really unethical and maybe even unconstitutional behavior, but he has a record of leaking, according to the Inspector General, of not telling the truth, and then deceiving a court, as does James Comey. And what I get, and you've mentioned this, Tucker, but what really gets us upset, us being the American people, we have these sanctimonious Boy Scout, self-righteous James Clapper, John Brennan, James Comey, Peter Strzok, Andrew McCabe, and they feel that somehow they've got a rationale or prerogative to be divinities, and they can tell people when a president should go and when he should come, and when what a court needs to know, what he doesn't, when they can leak confidential information, when they can 245 times tell under oath a House Intelligence Committee they don't know. And we can't do that, us the people. But they've created a hierarchy or some type of cadre in Washington. They're like a Praetorian Guard where they're not subject to the limitations that we all enjoy as constitutional limitations on what you can do.
Well, does it strike
Tucker,
you
when
as...
you mix that with self-righteousness, higher loyalty, the threat, all this psychodramatic language, it's really depressing.
Well, it's depressing, it's
I've never seen anything like it.
But isn't it also ironic that all of this is being conducted in the name of protecting democracy? They're subverting a democratically elected office holder, their boss, in the name of protecting democracy. Is anyone self-aware enough to get this over there, do you think?
I don't think so. I think they feel it's Trump is a special case, and that would be the best take on it. The worst case is that they thought all along that Hillary Clinton, when they started all of this during the campaign, was going to be elected, and that behavior would not only be excused, if not rewarded. And then once that failed, they thought, well, now we'll take this campaign effort, the dossier, and then we'll board a presidency. When he says he opened up a counterintelligence investigation, He had no grounds for doing so. All he had was the rumors and the smears and the slanders and the fumes of this discredited dossier that he'd been told in 2016 by Bruce Orr himself was unverified, and that his own spouse worked on it. So that's all just rhetoric. When he said to Scott Pelley, well, you know, I was opening up a counterintelligence investigation. Not only doesn't he have the right to do that, but he had no evidence to do that.
Well, exactly.
Now, he's not Andrew McCabe, MD. He's not a doctor. He's not a constitutional lawyer. If he has a problem with Donald Trump and thinks he's done something wrong, that's a matter for the U.S. Congress to introduce articles of impeachment.
Yeah, quit and write a Times op-ed about it if you want. Yeah, I agree. Professor, thank you very much. Good to see you tonight.
Thank you.